Hello, everybody. For my final video that we're doing for the interview, I interviewed Harvey Morton, who is an attorney at law. It's just a career that has always interested me since I was younger. I grew up in a family that kind of had a had a rough edge, and so anything that dealt with criminal justice or any kind of law kind of interested me, and just being on the good side of it rather than the negative side, pretty much. So in my interview with Mr. Morton, I asked him a series of questions based on the areas that were, I guess, revised to us and asked to us by the outline that we had for the first area. My question to him was, I asked him a series of questions about what he thought about his job. I asked him what the most interesting thing that he has ever done as an attorney, and his response was taking ownership of a company in which he has never even been remotely interested in. So it was just one of those things where company that he was suing ended up filing bankruptcy, and he ended up taking complete ownership of the company, which was kind of interesting for him, being that he was power of attorney over the entire company. Secondly, I asked him what the worst thing was that he has done as an attorney, and it was he responded by saying by having to take everybody one entire asset of the assets of an entire individual, which was kind of rough on him, but he said ultimately it had to be done. Um, I asked him, the majority of what his day was planned out to be. He said a lot of his day is ran around paperwork and appearing in court. So he said that's a big part of being an attorney. The second area of questions I asked was, what does it take to be an attorney in the state of Texas? I asked him how long he went to school, and he went to school for 3 years. He attended the University of Texas Law School and graduated there. The hardest thing about college was remaining focused, he said. Said it's easy to get distracted, which makes it harder to be successful as a law student. Um, I asked him if he had any regrets in becoming an attorney. I asked him if he had felt he made the right decision by becoming an attorney, and he said absolutely. He's never thought twice about being an attorney. He's always felt very confident in what he has accomplished as an attorney. So it was very rewarding and moving, I guess, to say that he doesn't have regrets as far as being an attorney goes. I asked him what kind of advice he would be able to give to be, for somebody to become a successful attorney. He said, be honest and don't cheat the system. Pretty much make sure you always do what's best interest of those who you're defending as a client. Um, I asked him if he's felt he's made a difference being an attorney. I asked him if he felt he does honest work with his career, and he said every single day. Even when the tough times come, he always has to be honest and make the right decisions for the case in which he's representing. As far as how often he stays late to devote himself to helping out client cases, he said he stays whenever it means necessary. If any particular case needs any kind of extra undivided time, he stays as much as possible to make sure that he gives his full divided attention to it, and make sure that he gives an honest effort to try to win and make sure he takes it to the right means, if that makes sense. One thing that of advice that he said he would give for me to become a successful person is to just make sure this is what I wanted, because it's a very rewarding career. It's a very rewarding career as long as you allow it to be. You can't let the politics behind it get to you. You can't let the negative losses come to you. You just got to focus on the wins and make sure that you're doing everything you can to help people in a positive way. I asked him at the end of it if he had anything else he'd like to add that I did not ask, and he said just make sure that I stay focused and committed to the idea of being an attorney, not to give up and be negative towards any of the negativeness that comes with the job. He obviously didn't use negativeness, that was my word, sorry. But he pretty much said stay focused and stay committed, and overall it's a rewarding career as long as you allow it to be. So overall, it was a good interview. Not as nervous as I'm making it seem on this video. It was actually very formal. But overall, it was a good experience to learn what it would take to be an attorney in the state of Texas. It's definitely my goal. Not necessarily in Texas. I'd like to move to Oregon, so hopefully it will be there. But overall, it was a good and rewarding experience to understand what it takes to be, an attorney, in any form of law. So thank you guys for your time, and I enjoyed the semester with you guys. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.